High-value ways to make a man see you as his dream girl. Welcome to Black Swan Relationship Academy. My name is Coach Magdalena and you ladies are here for a Monday Men Talk with myself. So let's start. And welcome here on that platform. If you haven't subscribed, please hit like, share and subscribe. Welcome ladies. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the basic points of how to impress a man. How to show up as a high-value woman. How to be his keeper. Exactly, ladies. We're going to be talking about the ways how to show up as a high-value woman, as a keeper for the man who is a high value, who wants to introduce you to his mother, who wants to take you to his house and introduce you to his sisters, to his family and friends. Bear with me, ladies. We're gonna just go through a few points. How to sell yourself and come across as a true gem to a high-value man. Not even a high-value man for yourself, but high-value man for your girlfriends, for any girl that you know. A true gentleman. How do you position yourself to be that gem? High-value man is a man who have everything sorted, who have his life together, who is well polished, who knows what he wants. That's the man who is ready to put a ring on that finger. Yes, the man who wants to start his family, the man whose career is blooming, the man who is ready to settle down, have a beautiful house and beautiful family with you. There is loads of indicators to determine who is a lady who is a keeper. But today we're gonna just focus on the basics. I promise I'll make more videos and share a broad spectrum on it. But today we're gonna just focus on those basics. A keeper lady, it is purely a classy lady. Yes, my beautiful swans, a classy lady. I'm sure that all of you watch classic old movies like Breakfast at Tiffany's, Casablanca, all of those beautiful old school movies where the woman is presenting herself as a beautiful and a classy woman. Today, we have a different vision of a classy woman, but we're not gonna go just there. So let me introduce you to a classy lady. Can money buy a class? No, money cannot buy a class. No amount of money can bring a classiness in someone who purely don't represent that. Again, you don't have to be brought up in a wealthy family. You don't have to have millions on your account. That again doesn't bring you a class. It's something about the mindset, of a lady. The way how she respects herself, how she carry herself, and how she position herself in a day-to-day lifestyle. How she walks, how she talks, how she moves, what she's talking about, and definitely how she respects herself. The respect is earned, and every classy lady knows how to carry herself with a respect. So let's get it on, ladies, and let me share with you a few tips. We're gonna start with number 1. Dress. Yes, let's talk a little bit about the wardrobe. Obviously, fashion is going up and down. We bring in new clothes, we bring in new trends. I'm not talking about being a new muse of Versace house. I'm talking about how you dress yourself, how well polished you look. Ladies, sexy, it's alright, but just a little bit of a sexy. What I'm trying to say, do not bring all of your cleavage out. Do not dress like a sex goddess on your first dates. Don't wear too short of the dress. Yes, have a little bit of a cleavage, a little bit of the shoulder, but keep the rest nice and toned down. Remember, a classy lady wraps herself beautifully and elegantly. Men don't like the woman who is showing all of her assets and everything is visible. It's more of a challenge for a man when he can actually discover that a little bit later. And what we do in those first dates, the way how we present ourselves, the way how we dress, the way how we put our clothes, our hair, and our makeup, we can be seductive yet elegant and classy. Ladies, number 2, language. Trust me, there is nothing worse than a woman whose mouth is dirty and she swears like she's a sailor. It's a little bit straightforward, I understand that, but we tend to overlook that and a lot of the times we don't pay attention to it. No man would love to bring his girlfriend to his house and introduce her to his mother while her mouth needs a proper wash. Ladies, we all tend to have those moments when one of the words was coming out. You know, we have a stressful lives, we are in some certain situations and one bomb can come out. But a girl who speaks and she can't form a conversation or a sentence without cussing, it's not a classy lady. It's just not a classy lady. Remember, the man wants to show you, he wants to be introduced to his circle of family and friends. So you have to represent yourself. You have to show yourself as a high value woman. A high value woman who can form a conversation, who can form a sentences, who can share a good words and pure words. And also, don't forget about the content. We have to always remember, let be interesting. Yes, ladies, we don't want to sit and talk and talk and talk and talk and badmouth other women. Do not ever badmouth other women. Don't speak bad about a girl at your work or this rude colleague or someone else. Don't ever speak bad about other women in front of a man, because that shows about your character. How are you? If you're a rude person, if you're a mean person, or if you are a nice person who's portraying yourself as a straight up meanie. Ladies, remember, even when we're on a date and we gather data about the man, he's gathering data about you as well, and he's watching you how you speak about other people. In the same way, do not complain about your boss, about other people. Just don't complain in his presence. Remember, you always have girlfriends, you always have friends where you can just sit down with a nice glass of wine and just talk about your rubbish day. But don't necessarily share it on your first dates with the guy that you're attracted to and you want to portray yourself as a high value lady. We understand, we all have stressful lives and we want to share everything, but don't be a complaining, rude meanie. And at the same time, ladies, do not obsess about other women. Oh my gosh, have you seen her dress? Have you seen how beautiful, glossy her hair is? Don't be obsessive. Just focus on the man who is sitting in front of you and have a nice meal and have a nice date and get to know him and show yourself a little bit so you guys can form a nice, meaningful relationship. Number 3, ladies, gratitude. Exactly. Don't ever forget to say thank you. Thank you very much, darling, for bringing me to this beautiful restaurant. Oh my goodness, I love this date. I love how much thought you put into it. You're so amazing. Those are just few lines which you can use and share with your boo. You can always tell him, thank you. You're amazing. Thank you very much for taking me out. I feel so special. You're making me feel so special. Always say your gratitude. You know, a woman who is thankful, a woman who shows up and is kind-hearted and soft-spoken is very precious to a high-value man. And it's showing that she's a keeper. A lady who can say thank you to the waiter, to the waitress, always shows good. Never act like you're entitled. Yes, of course, you know, you're in my presence, so of course you're gonna take me out for this beautiful dinner. Yes. No, we don't want to do that. Don't roll your eyes. Just be thankful and be appreciative and acknowledge that fact. And by the end of the day, just say thank you. You made this date amazing. And give him a kiss. Ladies, another point. Drink. Yeah, we all want to have a glass of a wine just for the meal or by the end of the week. It always sounds good, a little bit of glass of the red or a white wine. It depends what you like. What I would suggest, if you just started dating, try to minimize it to 1 drink, max 2. It depends if you're lightheaded or not. Ideally, not too much. You know, I have a funny situation when I went on a date with a man and I asked him a question: what was your worst date that you went to? And he mentioned that there was this lady that he thought that she's an amazing person, that she's very nice and kind. And you know what happened? She got drunk while they were sitting and waiting for the food to arrive. She didn't even bother to wait for the meal, but she started drinking straight up, and he was very embarrassed for her. She started speaking really loud and she was quite cringy. Ladies, a drunk woman is never a good look. So remember, always respect yourself and show yourself with a good quality. You know, a lady who have a humor and a lady who can keep a conversation without a drink is something to cherish, you know. Keep it in mind, ladies. Which brings me to another point, number 5, sex. So you see, coming back to the previous point with a drink, a lady who will allow herself 1 too many glasses of wine or any other drink might get a little bit loose and might want to have sex with a man way too early, without even having a relationship, without having a boundaries. She will just go full on it. Always remember that any girl who will have sex really early, she's disqualifying herself from a keeper view. Yes, we do have those exceptions when a lady will say, oh, I had sex with my husband on the first date and look at us, we're married now. Are you happily married? You have to always think about it, you know, because majority of the time the man won't respect you. The guy who slept with you on the first date and he still keeps you, trust me, that was the guy where you were way out of his league. But you let yourself loose and now you're stuck with him. Happily? Maybe not. Always respect yourself. And remember, if you respect yourself, the man will respect you as well. So the respect comes from you directly. It's the mindset. It's the way how you care in yourself. You know, the sex might be great and you might be actually the best that he ever had. But that's not necessarily the best indicator in that scenario, if you know what I mean. Woman's reputation is really important if it comes for the man to choose his keeper. Women are sexually loose these days, unfortunately. It's not the same days when our mothers were dating, where our grandmothers were dating. Those times were totally different. They were more classy, there was more boundaries, and there were more respect. I think women were respecting themselves a little bit more than they do now. My lovely swans, there is plenty of more points and we will go through them another time. If you have any questions, please ask below the video. You can always book a call with myself. Just drop into the Black Swan Relationship Academy and we can just go through it. Love you loads. Bye.